Yes, because the Indian economy has, in the run-up to these elections, been going through a very important stagflationary shock. So core inflation is very high and growth is very low. Infrastructure projects, the backlog is huge. The economy essentially has been at a standstill. So this is now that catalyst to get the Indian economy going again. We'll get those final results. They should be out on Friday. Of course, markets are now clearly anticipating a formal Modi victory, and then with that, sort of revitalization of the Indian economy. Well, if you look at this, the policy platform that they ran on, I mean, this is clearly what they want to do. They want to sort of reduce the red tape. They want to make it easier for non-resident investors also to access the Indian market. India actually has a very low amount of FDI as a percentage of GDP, which is quite unusual. So there's a huge amount of upside. So he has, in multiple areas, the possibility to actually get this economy going again. Well, as always, expectations are very, very high. So it's all about, not delivering on those expectations. This is, of course, one of the criticisms that people have regarding Abenomics as well, currently. But I think all that said, at least in short term, the market has, of course, run up very, very nicely. I think the key risk for investors right now is a little bit of pockets of profit taking. I would actually sort of rather recommend people sort of ride through that because, as I said before, the upside is very, very significant. A small amount of changes to bring money into the economy and to get those infrastructure projects going again can actually have a huge amount of upside given where the economy is today. Yes, I mean, exactly as you say. I mean, it's a number of things that are coming together in a very positive way. So if you have, constructive, good, credible policy making at the central bank, plus a clear agenda for reform and to get those projects going on the fiscal side and on the sort of more government side, the combination of these two things is actually very, very powerful. And that is exactly what is needed to get the Indian economy going again. I think it certainly it helps sentiment overall, but I think for the asset class more broadly, things tend to focus much more on China. So if you get sort of better news out of China or more sort of assertive policy making there, that will tend to have a greater impact than in terms of what's happening on the ground in India.